everybody, welcome to Quentin Jones Guitar. I'm Quentin Jones. I'm going to start a series about my Gretsch arsenal, and I'm going to talk about each one of my instruments, each one of my Gretsch guitars, and my special relationship and my unique relationship with each one of my instruments. I am endorsed by Gretsch, very proud to be so, and ever since I was a little kid, I loved Gretsch guitars. Obviously, I was a huge Beatles fan. Well, maybe it's not obvious, but obviously, if you're a Beatles fan, George Harrison, I mean, that big Chet Atkins that he had, that was awesome. And I kind of like this guitar because it's the same shape, just a little smaller than that. Also, you know, I mean, there was all kinds of guitar players in the 60s that played Gretsch guitars, and even in the 70s, but like I loved Brian Jones's Anniversary. He had a beautiful green Anniversary, which I could have bought one like that when I was a kid in Florida in 1979. I was 16 and I was living in Palm Beach, and a music store down there had a Gretsch Anniversary single cutaway that they only wanted $200 for. But, you know, I didn't get it. The heartbreaks I could tell you about the guitars I passed or sold, so we won't go into that. That should be a whole nother series. I even like the 70s eras. I remember Roy Clark playing a Super Axe, which was a solid body guitar, really thin, but it was big this way. And it had a really sharp cutaway, and it had square inlays. It was awesome. You know, I've owned just about every series. I've owned vintage Gretsches. I've owned Fred Gretsch era Gretsches, and I have Fender musical instrument era Gretsches. And then there was Baldwin era, which I never had any of the Baldwins, but I had everything else. And I've got to tell you, in my own personal experience and from the experience of a lot of my friends, the modern Gretsches are the best ever made. They're the most consistent. They sound great. They play great. They look great. They hold up well. I mean, I'm a heavy-handed guitar player, and I'm hard on an instrument, and I play in all kinds of dives, and man, the guitar is always there for me. Now, this is my Gretsch 6137 TCB. I love this guitar. And I have a very special relationship with it because I had a 6137, also known as the Panther. I had one of the first ones. I have serial number 8, and I'm going to do a separate episode on that guitar. But that was black, and I really like that guitar. But I came across this one after a very difficult time in my life. So I had to start all over, and I had to go back to the streets and just play guitar to make a living. This guitar's got a nice dig to it. And like I said, I'm heavy-handed. And it has a treble bleed on the master volume. What's really cool about this is when you back that down, you're knocking a little of that treble off of there. So it sets you back in the mix a little bit. But when it comes time to solo, I kick that up. And boy, you better believe that you can hear this guitar even if it's not mic'd. Like if you're playing in a bar, this thing can cut through the band like nobody's business. This guitar is a semi-hollow body guitar. It's a 1 3/4 inch 3-ply maple body. It's got an arched top and an arched back with F-holes in it, a 16-inch bout. It has a center block of spruce in it, and that is chambered down here, which gives the guitar a lot of sustain. The other thing that really makes this guitar whistle and hum and kick ass, the center block and the rosewood bridge with the tunematic on the top gives this guitar a ton of sustain. The reason it does is because this rosewood is pinned to the body, so it's not going to move around on you. It's in the right spot, so you don't have any problems with intonation. But it drives the vibrations down into the body, and it just makes a much better sounding guitar. And the 3-ply maple top is awesome. It's also maple back and sides and a 3-piece maple neck. Medium jumbo frets. And it's a rosewood fingerboard that's bound. The headstock's bound. You have Filtron pickups. Like all Gretsch guitars, they're beautifully finished. It just has personality all day long. In the studio, it goes from, you know, clean to biting distortion. Always been in tunes, always sounded good, always been there. Same thing live. It can handle anything I throw at it. So here's the thing. This guitar looks beautiful, it sounds beautiful, and it plays beautifully. And this particular guitar got me through tough times. I played this guitar like my life depended on it, and it does. So my next guitar I'm going to talk about, well, you're just going to have to wait and see. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and do all that YouTube stuff that is supposed to be done. Come on, I need some more followers.